What is the process to pursue a debtor? Chasing outstanding invoices is a job most people hate doing, but for companies, it's a fundamental part of their business. Especially for SMEs, unpaid invoices can mean the difference between making a profit and filing for liquidation. However, most debtors won't be aware of this. They will be protecting their own business. Generally, they will pay an invoice once they have received a reminder. It's not that they don't want to pay necessarily, they just don't think that it's important to you unless you chase the invoice and send them a reminder. So if you don't chase, they won't pay. That being said, in our experience, if an individual or company doesn't pay you immediately, it may take more than a reminder to get your money back. But before you turn to a debt collection agency or law firm, there are a few things you can do yourself. Call the individual or company to chase outstanding invoices. It might sound simple, but often this initial step isn't taken. A phone call reminder to your customer to pay you also provides that personal connection, making them more likely to pay your outstanding invoice. Adding that personal touch can also keep your relationship intact. For example, they may have genuinely forgotten or be in financial difficulties themselves. This might be information that they wouldn't share with you over email or official communication. You could send a letter. If you haven't managed to reach your customer by phone, or you have and they still haven't paid, send a letter. Sending an official letter provides written proof that the invoice is still outstanding and officially requests for the payment to be made. You can also send a letter to other employees within the company, for example, the finance director or managing director, to push your issue further up the line of management. You could look to include interest and costs. Calculating the interest and costs that will be applied to the invoice and presenting them can trigger the customer to pay. Most customers don't want to have to pay more than they really have to and will generally settle the outstanding invoice to avoid any extra costs. Set up a payment arrangement. If your customer wants to pay but is having some financial difficulties or are themselves waiting for a payment, then setting up a payment arrangement may be a good solution. Be careful though. Setting up a payment arrangement doesn't necessarily mean your debtor will pay. It could just simply be a delaying tactic. If you agree a payment arrangement, you should be extra vigilant with the agreed payment amounts and dates. You could look to announce legal proceedings. You want to be taken seriously by your customer, and of course you want your money back. Announcing legal proceedings is often motivation enough for your debtor to pay, but be aware. If you don't see your threat through, your customer is even less likely to pay. Here at Middlebrooks, our experts can give you advice and provide a realistic expectation of costs and your chances of winning before you begin a potentially lengthy process. You could look to bring in a debt recovery specialist. Chasing outstanding invoices is time-consuming, a burden on your resources, and in a lot of cases, unsuccessful. But the experts at Middlebrooks can help alleviate the pressure. We can work with you to protect your position as well as work to get your money back quickly. So please don't hesitate to get in touch.